Hello guys, today we're going to learn about a new standard. The standard is MGSE4G1. Draw points, lines, line segments, raise angles. Those angles are right, acute, obtuse, and perpendicular and parallel lines. Identify these in two-dimensional figures. Two-dimensional figures are flat, plane figures such as circles, squares, rectangles, triangles. However, today's focus is only going to be on right angles and identifying those right angles in two-dimensional figures. What is an angle? Two rays that share the same endpoint form an angle. The point where the rays intersect is called the vertex of the angle. The two rays are called the sides of the angle. Here are some examples of angles. And again, today's focus will only be on right angles. A right angle is an angle measuring 90 degrees. The following angles are both right angles. Alright guys, we're going to level it up today, and we're not only going to find those right angles in flat plane shapes and two-dimensional figure shapes, but we're going to go around our homes, we're going to go outside our home, move around, and we're going to locate those right angles. Now, what are we going to use to find those right angles? We're going to use a sheet of paper. Why have I chosen a sheet of paper to help us find those right angles? Well, we all know that you may receive manipulatives when we're in the classroom to help us solve problems. But when it comes down to a test, we don't have those same manipulatives. But one thing that you always receive is a sheet of paper. So again, we're going to use a sheet of paper to help us locate those right angles. You can use a sheet of notebook paper. You can use copy paper, any type of paper that you have around the house, even construction paper. Alright, so here is my sheet of paper. In each corner is a right angle. This is a right angle here. This is a right angle as well. We have a right angle in both corners at the bottom. We have a right angle here and a right angle here. So I'm going to take you around different spots in my home, find different objects that we have in my home, and you're going to do the same thing when we are finished. So here we go. Are you ready? Alright guys, so here is one thing that I'm going to measure. I have a picture of Martin Luther King Jr. I have my paper, and I'm going to line it up with the corner and see, do we have a right angle here in this picture. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I'm lining up my corners. This is the right angle of the paper. Does it line up with the picture? Yes. So this is one thing that I can list that is a right angle. We have a right angle in this Martin Luther King picture. So here is another place. This is tile on the floor. And I'm going to see if I can find a right angle with a tile on the floor. So I'm going to get my piece of paper. I'm going to line it up with one of the corners and see, do we have a right angle. Alright, so does my sheet of paper line up with the corners of the tile on the floor? Yes, it does. So I can list tile on the floor as another object or place that has right angles. Alright, so I decided to go for a walk and also measure some things around the neighborhood. So here is a handicap place painted on a parking space. So let's measure this and see, does it have a right angle as well. So I'm going to take my sheet of paper. I'm going to line it up. The corners line up. So this handicap sign that's painted on the parking space, yes, it does have a right angle. Let's see what else we can find. So guys, we have an arrow here that we're going to measure, and we're going to see if this bottom part of the arrow also has a right angle. I have my sheet of paper. I'm going to line it up with the corners and see. I lined it up. I have a right angle here and a right angle there. So yes, this arrow does have a right angle. Alright guys, we have a stop sign here. We're going to measure some of the angles in this stop sign and see, do we have right angles. So I have my paper. This is an angle here, and we're going to measure this angle that goes along here. I line it up. And I noticed that one side of the angle actually goes up. It does not line up with our paper. So guess what, guys? This does not have a right angle here. Let's try another angle that's on this stop sign. This right here forms another angle. So let's try and measure this side and see, does it have a right angle. Alright, so I have my paper. I'm going to line it up. And again, this side goes outward. So guess what, guys? This is not a right angle. So we're going to say that this stop sign does not have a right angle. So your assignment for today is for you to take your sheet of paper and you're going to measure various items around your home, maybe even go outside in your community and measure different things. And you're going to make a list of as many things as you can that have right angles. And when we come together tomorrow at 11 o'clock doing our video conference, we're going to see which student listed the most items in their home or around their community that has right angles. Can't wait to see how many different things you guys listed. See you later.